All right, well, over the last year, we've done several stories about residents in Caldwell unhappy with the city officials. There was the now inactive parking meters that cost the city nearly $200,000 after businesses said those meters were affecting sales and there were questions about how they were approved in the first place. Most recently, a hotel development across from the Canyon County Fairgrounds, that was approved until, well, residents there found out that that's what was going to be built and taking up their parking spot that they usually use for events at the fairgrounds. There's also a recall effort now in final stages of signature collection in order to be placed on the November 2025 ballot. The campaign wants to recall the mayor and 4 of the 6 city council members. Aspen Shumpert stopped by as campaign organizers were out there collecting signatures today.
I hope that we can get rid of the people that don't respect the voters of Caldwell.
Longtime Caldwell resident Jim Hollis is collecting signatures.
Sign right on.
In an effort that could reshape city leadership.
They never listen. If you just watch when people are giving comments, I mean, one's doodling with his watch, looking at his phone. They never ask a question to show any desire to hear what people are wanting.
Organizers are working to recall Mayor Jaron Wagner and 4 of the current Caldwell council members.
All 5 of them, they no longer represent the people of Caldwell. You sit in a council meeting and it's kind of embarrassing how they berate people.
The recall effort gained momentum following several controversial decisions, including approval of a hotel on community land that many residents opposed.
The current people in charge of our government are doing what they want to do, and I don't know what that's about, but I disagree with what's going on.
The campaign will need 4,984 signatures for each elected official in order for the recalls to be on the ballot.
It's the only way to gain attention. It's the only way to solve the problem. It's the only way to show future politicians that those of us that are lifelong residents here used to have pride in Caldwell. If my house wasn't paid for, I'd be out of here.
Councilmember Mike Dittenber is one of the 5 facing recall.
I am aware that there are recall efforts happening right now, and I embrace those efforts. A lot of people say that they're not being heard, and I can assure you they are being heard.
He feels the heart of the controversy is growth.
So how do you balance that with other people's desire to have a small community? With regard to the hotel, we took a look at a lot of different information, all the stakeholders in the area, in addition to the revenues that it would bring in and the whole plan for that area. And in the end, it was a good choice for the city. I stand behind that decision. And as we know now, it seems to be a major focal point in this recall effort.
Dittenber defends his vote in favor of the hotel as being guided by legal requirements rather than personal preferences.
One of the things that people don't realize is that City Council and the mayor isn't in the business of developing subdivisions and isn't in the business of bringing in business per se. We are just the people who sit back and referee that. We create code, and then we also stand from time to time as a body of people who determine whether or not projects and development are eligible under the law.
He says he's eager to see the outcome, but hopeful to stay in his role.
My intent right now is to pour my heart and soul into Caldwell and to do what I was elected to do.
We did reach out to all 5 elected officials that are included in these recall efforts. You saw Councilmember Dittenber was the only one that granted us an on-camera request. The mayor did send us a statement in that he said he is aware of the recall efforts and wants the public to know he takes his role seriously and will continue to lead with integrity. He says his prosperity has always been the well-being and prosperity of our community, his focus that was. Councilmember Doty also provided us a statement. He wanted the public to know that the county clerk does not verify the claims made in petitions, and just because an individual or group is making accusations, it doesn't mean they are true. Doty says he trusts the process and is grateful every day to serve on the council. Now, Brian, I told you about this petition needs nearly 5,000 signatures for each of these officials.
And what's that based on?
That is based on being 20% of registered voters of the the last city election. So that was
Okay.
back in 2023. And I'm going to talk more about this coming up on the news at 6. We did sit down with Canyon County Clerk, and he explains this to us. He did say that number that is needed for this recall is actually more than the number of votes that were cast in the last election. So hypothetically, in order for this recall to get on the ballot,
Right.
they are going to need more signatures than they had votes that people that casted their votes back in 2023.
Which is crazy. It's a big number to reach.
It is a big number to
And if they do
reach.
get there, that kind of gives you an idea of which way that might be leaning then.
It does.
All right. Thank you very much, Aspen.